us what excitement's gonna happen today.
It's gonna rain.
No, I don't know if it's gonna rain. I didn't even check. I think we're gonna sleep at a lake today. Doesn't that sound fun? You ready to get up? Putting on dirty and wet socks in the morning is bleh. But you get used to being dirty out here. I mean, it just happens. I have a clean pair, but I've got to wait till tomorrow because I don't want to have to wear the next pair for 3 days. I'm going to split it up. I'll split it over 2 days, one pair, and 3 days the other. Gross. Welcome to day 49. I'm Sunshine.
And I'm Captain, and we're still walking.
And we're still talking. It is a little cold this morning, guys. I've got a couple layers on. It's, what did I say, 59?
59, 60 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius.
We are getting a little bit of a late start today. I think it's, what, 9?
It's 9:36.
9:36. He needed a little more sleep this morning, and it's not super hard hike today. A pretty big down, a little bit of an up. We're gonna go at least 15.5. We might sleep at
Watauga Lake.
Watauga Lake. We may just have dinner there and then proceed on because we want to try and hit our 17 miles. It's gonna depend. There's no rain in the forecast. You can hear the birds are out, the sun's out, so I think it's gonna prove to be a very good day. Oh, and one more thing. We got into the shelter super late last night. We talked to these two guys, and they're both thru-hikers. And one was telling us, remember the other day when I said, why is this called Big Butt? He's in the Big Butt Shelter, Big Butt Gap or Rock or something.
Mountain or something.
So it's on one of the previous vlogs. So one of the guys there who knows a lot about the trail said that a shuttle driver told him it was called Big Butt because, do you remember that rock that there were two large pieces that had like a crack in the middle and that they'd almost split apart? We vlogged it. Okay, though that looks like a big butt. Apparently, so that's why they called it Big Butt. I don't know. I thought there'd maybe be a more profound reason behind it, but that's good enough. It's kind of funny, so.
I would wait a million lonely hours, trying to win your heart, trying to get to where you are. And I would live a million lonely lifetimes if I knew I could get back to you. Yeah, I just wanna get back to you. May take some time. I don't wanna find no one but you in my arms. If it's a test, I'm doing my best, but it gets hard being without you. Being without you. I would walk a million.
So I have noticed that the recommended day to kind of get rid of your shoes should definitely be followed. I planned on replacing my shoes when we were with Dad in Damascus about 2 weeks ago, but things didn't really go to plan. We didn't have the right size that I needed, and I just went along with the one that already had about 400 miles to 500 miles on it, and I'm paying the price now. So basically, it's coming apart at this point at the seams. You can just see my sock there. And that's not great because when I'm in the rain, it definitely, I can feel it. This particular region just gets a lot more wet than it normally does, and I think that you should probably follow those rules.
Yeah, I would say even if you can afford to do even 100 miles under that to replace them, because also the support wears out. Even the tread is great, the support and other things wear out. And your feet were really, I mean, I know your feet were wet yesterday because we hiked in the rain, but your feet were hurting you last night more than they've ever hurt you, right?
Absolutely. Not only that, you should definitely not, if your shoes get wet, keep your feet in them. You should at least stop for 10-20 minutes to let them dry out, because that definitely impacted kind of some pain that I was having yesterday. But yeah.
And if you have the extra socks, you can switch out your socks.
Yeah.
We were just kind of being lazy yesterday. Now, how do they feel today? Are they
Today they feel fine. Yeah. It was just the case of just kind of letting it dry and breathe and stuff like that.
So I started off this morning with a lot of layers. My raincoat, not my puffy, but my fleece, because I was cold. This is my sun guard, and then I have my tank top on. I'm going to leave these two on for right now because I'm still a little cold. But I think I'm going to keep all this gear with me, but I am going to dump my puffy and a bunch of other stuff. Probably in the vlog in the next couple of days, you're going to see a ton of stuff I'm dumping because my pack is super heavy with the winter and the summer stuff in it. But I didn't want to be cold. And actually last night was a pretty cold night. So you were cold last night, weren't you?
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't cold. I slept really well, but I don't want to be cold either. So these are two massively uprooted trees here. It's crazy how they can that can happen. I'm sure they were dying and the winds were strong. It's crazy. I'm glad we weren't underneath it when that happened.
No kidding.
So yesterday you guys saw us doing the over and the under and the round around of all the blown down trees. And I just wanted to kind of, I don't know if we addressed it yesterday, but address it now. That's not typical on the trail. There was a big storm the night before, and they all look like fresh blowdowns. And so I guess the trail maintainers haven't been out yet because it happened day before yesterday. And it's not really dangerous to go up and under and around. However, if you're out in a thunderstorm, you don't intentionally say, I'm going to hike in a thunderstorm, unless it's maybe just like 20 minutes of one. But for a long period of time, you wouldn't choose to be out in it. But sometimes you don't choose. You just happen to be out there, and that's what happens. So those are the things you have to look out for, that, a tree might be coming down on top of you or in front of you during a thunderstorm.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know. Where we gonna go?
Seek is the app, you guys. I think I've mentioned it before, that I'm using for plants. And it does, I think, bugs too, I said. So, sorry, my nose is running. I've seen this all over the trail. Oh, that's the mountain laurel. Okay. That's interesting because I thought it looked a lot like apple tree blossoms. I know it's not an apple tree, but I grew up on an apple farm in Maine, and the blossoms look very similar. I don't really smell anything. They're really pretty, and they've got almost like polka dots in them. Or is that holes? Maybe it's like polka dots. They're beautiful. Now I know what that is. Yay.
If you're free to run away with me.
Still some blowdowns today, but they're not really that bad compared to yesterday. And the trail is 1,000 times less muddy than it was yesterday. I don't normally use wipes to wipe my body down at night. I use like Loom for the female areas, but I had mud all over me and I could not get it off with water. So I used like 4 wipes last night on my legs, from when I fell, on my butt, all over. Because I didn't want to bring all that mud into my fleece, because then I got to sleep in it in the next several days. So yeah, it was pretty gross. I took off my socks, and because I lost my gaiters, I have mud all over my socks. But I ordered new gaiters, and this time I ordered them from a girl on Etsy, because I got gator FOMO from a girl that I saw that had knee-high gaiters, and I thought that would be really perfect, protect against ticks. So I should have those in the next couple of days after I meet up with Will. he'll give those to me and I'll share. And then I'm gonna do a gator comparison. So I'm gonna do one day with the gator, one day without, because I swear by these things. And I was once a girl who was like, oh, gators, they're so like, I don't know, lifestyles of the rich and famous. Like, I just thought they were a frou-frou item. And I've really grown to appreciate them tremendously. My lips are so dry. My chapstick's in like the bottom of the bear can, so I'm not gonna get it out. All right, let's chat today about why we vlog. If you're watching this vlog and you're new and you went back to see, we've been doing this for, I don't know, 7, 8 years, a long time. A lot of you have been with us for a very long time. And so you've probably heard the story about why we vlog, but I'll share it again. Many, many, many years ago, when we first started traveling, I think about a year into our travel adventures, Will bought a GoPro because he wanted to document the kids' lives through video so they would have it like a video journal. Just similar to like would someone write a book about their life. He wanted to do it on video and leave it as a legacy for the kids. And then it started to become a bit more. Other people were watching, and then our group trips launched out of it, and our coaching business launched out of it, and a bunch of other things. But it's still the main premise of it is to create a video journal of their lives for them. And as a result, we don't change things to make it more profitable, or go with what the latest fashion or fad is in YouTubing, or compromise our morals and values for likes or anything like that. And it's really worked out for us, and I'm very proud of the work that we've done. I'm proud of the work that Will's done because he's put a lot of effort into this. Okay, so the second reason that we vlog, that kind of evolved out of the first one, and what all of you were commenting, is that we wanted to show all of you that a life outside the bubble and different from others is possible, and you don't need to be rich. You just don't need to be rich. Normal, average people do this. We are normal, average people who just committed to a dream and pursued it relentlessly. And we've made it happen for 10 years. And so when we share our life, we want you to be able to look at that and say, okay, I can do that. We don't want you to look at that and say, oh, well, they can do it because they're worth millions. Well, we're not. So you guys can do this too. And so I've gotten some comments of, well, you guys aren't a typical AT vlog. Yeah, we're not, we're vlogging our style. And I don't think those were negative comments. They were positive, I believe. I don't know. We're vlogging in the style that we've always vlogged in, which is with music and sounds and talking about the mental aspect of whatever we're doing and emotions and how we make this happen and kind of the deeper side of it sprinkled with facts, because that's what it takes to do anything big in life. Whether it's sailing across an ocean and only knowing how to sail for 1 year, or whether it's getting on a trail like this for 6 months. You can have all the facts you need and know the perfect hostel to stay in and who has the best breakfast and all that stuff. But if you can't get out here and deal with your emotions and other people and the suck, you're never gonna make it. And so that's been our philosophy ever since we started vlogging, is to tell the truth and the real, whether it gains us views or loses us views. And so far it's really worked out, and I'm really proud of what we've done. But we do sprinkle in some facts, a lot of the strategic stuff, obviously the gear, the packs, how we're feeling, so that you can feel like you're right there with us. And in the edit, Will's been with me for 27 years. He's in my head, I'm in his head. He knows, not only do I tell him, but he knows what I'm feeling out here. And he's walked this path with me, the traveling and adventure path, pretty much since 27 years we've been together. And we both had our own adventurous lives way before we met each other. So what he's putting in the music, and I'm obviously shooting the footage, but he knows what I'm feeling. And so it sounds kind of weird and hippy-dippy, but I guess I'm a hippy-dippy kind of girl. I want you to feel like you're out here with us. We're gonna give you those facts too, but I need you to feel like you're walking here and what I'm feeling, whether it's I'm gonna bang it out rock and roll edgy music day, or whether it's classical, or whether it's whimsical. This is what I'm feeling in my body, in my mind when I'm out here. So I hope that makes sense. So I appreciate all of you who are saying it's not a typical AT vlog. I think that all the vlogs are amazing. I'm not saying ours is better than anyone else's, but you can find the vlog that fits the style and what you want to get out of the AT. There are some that are purely fact driven. This is where I am, this is how many miles I'm going, this is where I stay, this is. There are others that are just history based, which are really wonderful. There are others that are showing all the people on the trail. I mean, they all bring something different to the table. Maybe you watch a couple different ones because you need all these aspects, right, when you're out here hiking. Ooh, this is a big rock. Hope I don't fall while I'm talking to you guys. I gave my poles to Captain while I talked to you guys. So I hope that provides a better understanding of why we vlog. And the idea is that you don't just leave us after the AT vlogs, that we've developed a relationship and that you want to continue to travel this world with us and be our virtual tramley. And for those of you, I know there are a good majority of these viewers on here are already part of our virtual tramley because you guys have been with us forever. You know, some of you since our first days of vlogging. So I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. I welcome the new folks. We want to keep you here. We want to form a relationship with you. We don't want you to just leave after the AT. And that's part of our reason for providing kind of what's in our head and what we're feeling out here, excuse me, and the backstory of our life. So you get to know us better. I got wet butt and wet shoes, and I'm okay. I think I might have bruised my butt over here, but my pack broke the fall. But we just watched the playback of it. My legs are like, woo! Again, one of those times you're like, are you okay? Do you think you're gonna have to carry me out of here?
Yep.
Oh boy, guys. All right, I think it's time for lunch. So right now we're walking on the AT and the Dennis Cove Trail, which goes to Laurel Falls, and it is magnificent. We have the water right beside us, which sounds beautiful and is cooling us off. And look at the trail. It's not rocky, it's not muddy. It's just, we're getting spoiled right now. Cool through here, and it's just, oh wow, it's so wonderful. Is this your nap spot?
Yep.
Wow, look at this. This is stunning. It almost looks like it's gonna fall on us. Let's get out of here. I know Laurel Falls is going to be worth it, but beware. This is a really treacherous hike down to the falls. And the trail, you don't have to come back up. The trail continues, but it's all rock. They're solid in the ground, but it's a hard climb down. Okay, from this angle, it looks super scary. It's like a ledge right along the rapids, and they're going pretty fast. And if we get in there and fall in with these bags on, okay, we can do this. I'm sure it's scarier than it looks. looks scarier than it was. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. This is our first flooded trail. We're used to having wet feet, so it's not a big deal. What a day today, guys. There's so much to show you. And then it reroutes right back down into the water. All right, we got this. I figure I wouldn't fall in the water back there because I already had my fall for the day, but you never know.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head.
Right now, I may cry. I know I haven't done it in a while, guys. It's been at least 24 hours. One of our virtual Tramley members who we got to meet at the YouTube meetup at Trail Days lives around this area, and she's gonna bring us trail magic. Thank you, Lynn. We have food. We're tired of it. And it just feels really good to like be able to sit down and talk with someone we've talked with before, we really enjoy, who understands the trail and like how amazing it is just to have a warm meal. It's not like astronaut food. And today it feels particularly special, even though we've had a great day today. My Achilles are really sore, so this is just making me push through because there's something exciting at the other end. So thank you, Lynn. It's so appreciated. All right, we're leaving the river. Oh, and going up the hill. This climb out of Laurel Falls may kill me. I wish someone would just swoop in and rescue me with like a glass of lemonade and a BLT on an everything bagel. I'm dying. Captain is like, it's not that bad. I'm like, what? Ah, oh. Keeping it real, guys. Today I'm breaking. It's day 49 and I'm just breaking today. My Achilles are killing me. It's a really hard hike. And I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. I started this almost a quarter in. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. The pain is really bad. The problem is the mental game won't get me because I won't quit until I fall on the ground. I want this journey more than anything with Largo. I can't quit.
How are we doing?
Okay. Today's the best days. First I had my wipeout and my Achilles are hurting. We have such beautiful setting. It's like a stark contrast.
No kidding.
And we have trail magic waiting. That's what I just keep thinking about. The lasagna. I can get there. Oh, what a pain. Oh, yes.
They have it without feta cheese.
That's fine. We're just happy to have anything veggie. So Lynn is providing us with trail magic, and she is the bright light in my awful worst day on the trail. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It wasn't your worst day, was it?
No.
No. And it was such
hard, but it wasn't my worst.
But it was a beautiful day, and I don't think it was like hard compared to what we've done. But then I fell, but then I didn't hurt myself. But then my Achilles, and then I just became like, I cried.
Problematic day.
Then I cried. Then I cried. But now we have this and wonderful company. I think I got the camera out. You're almost done. I've never done crock pot lasagna before either.
It was really easy.
Oh, I love crock pot stuff. I love it. It's perfect.
You build it.
Good night from day 49. It's the midnight sun. This is our second day that we have not been able to close out the vlog and say goodnight to all of you at night. And we have a really, really good reason. We saw in the video, just a couple clips before this, Lynn brought us trail magic, which we had. What did we have to eat? We had
lasagna, we had salad.
We had bread. She had all kinds of LARGO'S captains eating all the berries she gave us, brownies, carrots, banana, all kinds of fruit. And then she had chairs on the table, and we just sat down and really enjoyed our time with her. And we met her. She's a follower of the channel, so she's part of our virtual tramily. And we met her at the YouTube meetup during trail days that we had at the distillery. And she said when we get this area, she'd bring us trail magic. And Lynn, you blew our mind. My worst yesterday, which you guys saw in the vlog, was I cried a couple times. My Achilles were really, really hurting me. It was a bad day for me. I took a huge wipe out. And Captain was such a trooper because I wasn't grumpy or anything. I could barely get up that hill after all Laurel Falls, and our day took forever. So I had a really bad day in such a beautiful, beautiful setting. That was a beautiful, gorgeous hike. One of my top hikes, I mean, really so far. So I really tried to stay in a good place mentally. I had to call Will for reinforcement a couple times. Captain kept saying, you can do it. But it was tough. And knowing that Lynn was on the end of this was to me the best part of my day. Beautiful hike. Great partner here. And Will virtually, and then Lynn being this light at the end of the day. Like it just was. So we got in very, very late.
We got in very late, and then I would honestly say that the food was my best part as well.
The food was your best part? You had 2 plates of lasagna. You were like, he was just kind of looking sheepishly at you. I'm like, I think it's okay if you have another one. He was like, okay, I would have it too. Did you have a worse part of your day?
Honestly, seeing it like that was kind of bad.
I know, I'm sorry.
Other than that, no, it's not like good control. But
yeah, we have to be really honest with each other, and so I said to him, I'm just not doing well. And I've had issues on and off with my Achilles, but they were doing really well. And just yesterday, I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't stretch enough, but they really, really hurt. So, well, good night from day 49. We hope you have. We'll see you tomorrow. Today, we'll see you today. Okay, I'm ready. This is bigger, but you don't have to use that if you don't want to. It's a cute little place. I wonder maybe it was a shelter one? I don't know. It's interesting, just out here in the middle of nowhere. Do you want to buy it, fix it up and remodel it?
Great idea.
Move in, we can rehab that. It's got good bones. Still standing. There is an uprooted tree right there. Anyone ever fancy seeing the underneath of a tree? There you go, right there. In the flesh.